Hello. Welcome to the Spring 19 Release Readiness for Health Cloud. I'm Patrick Aranini, a member of the Health Cloud product team, and I'm very excited to share with you our Spring 19 features for Health Cloud. I'm joined today by my colleague Rohit from the Health Cloud product team.
Hi everyone, I'm Rohit, also from the Health Cloud product team. Very excited to be here to share all the fantastic features we've been working so hard at for the Spring 19 release.
Before we get started, please turn your attention to the forward-looking statement on the screen. This is a reminder to please make your purchasing decisions based on currently available products and technology. Now I'm going to transition over to Rohit to walk you through our Spring 19 features.
Thanks, Patrick. So we have a large number of features that we've introduced in the Spring 19 release. They're still centered around our core tenets of patient and member 360. We've enhanced Health Cloud in Spring 19 to include things like social determinants, which really gives you a full-rounded picture of your patient. Another core tenet is our consumer experience, improving the patient and member experience, and lastly, helping you implement features that help you accelerate your businesses. Let's take a look at what's in Spring 19. So, a number of things: referral management, which helps you manage referrals that are inbound to your organization; social determinants of health as an expansion of what we know about the patient; campaigns integration, so you can run campaigns to patient populations that are segmented in Health Cloud seamlessly. An app template in the form of Buid, and also to be used with what's being released as mobile publisher to create a patient mobile application. Lightning Scheduler, which is in its first release and will be our scheduling application for in-person or over-the-phone video visits, and so forth. Code sets, support for things like standardized code sets for procedures and diagnoses. And lastly, a number of enhancements to assessments, so you can actually complete assessments right within Health Cloud. With that, let's dive deeper into referral management. So the way we built referral management was with an idea of helping you manage inbound referrals primarily, but you could also use this for referrals that are within your organization or referrals that are outbound from your organization to other entities. The idea is that it's a closed-loop referral management, so you can manage all the processes from the time a referral comes in to the time that you complete the referral to when you loop back with the referring physician. It's multi-channel. We've heard from you that you really want to make it seamless for your referring physicians to submit referrals into your organization, so you can leverage many, many different types of channels, from having a portal to electronic fax, call center, if phone calls come in, or it could be in the future CCDA format for accepting referrals. And lastly, it's all about referral insights. So it's not just being able to manage the process, but also being able to prioritize the right referrals and then understand what is going on with referrals in your organization. So let's take a look at what it in the system. So I'm in what looks like a leads queue, and we're using the lead construct for managing patient referrals. It allows us lots of different capabilities from Salesforce in using leads and opportunities, and also in the future lead and opportunity scoring. So I'm in a queue, and what this actually means for me is that you can sort of route your referrals to the right individual at the organization based on skills, based on where they work, based on maybe load balancing. You could use all of those capabilities to route the right lead or patient referral to the right individual to be processed. So I'm logged in as a referral coordinator, and I'm looking at my set of leads that have been assigned to me, and I'm going to take a look at one of these to see what it actually looks like. So I see that Charles Green has been referred into my organization, and I see that I have a number of pieces of information. I may not have everything, but I realize that they've been referred in because they have heart failure, so I assume that they need to be seen by a cardiologist. I have some of their insurance information. I also have their medical records and lab results, which is an excellent thing because I have really most of the information I need in order to process this referral. So in Salesforce, in order to accept the referral, I'm going to hit a button that I call convert, which is really the ability to take that lead and convert it to either an existing patient or a new patient, and then also create an opportunity record. So I'm going to hit convert over here, and I can choose to create a brand new patient record. As you can see, it's got both the account and the contact. If you were using the individual data model as part of Health Cloud, you would have the screen look this way. If you were using person accounts, it would really be combined into one entity called person accounts. In addition, it also allows me to create a new opportunity record, and you'll see when we go into opportunities that it's really what I'm going to use to manage all the processes before I can schedule the patient and before the patient can actually be seen. So I've already gone ahead and converted a previous referral that we're going to take a look at. So let me jump into opportunities. This is where once the lead has been converted, it's really where a referral goes. So as you can see with the steps on the top, and this, by the way, is completely configurable, you can take a lead that's been accepted and you can manage all the processes. So for example, I might choose to do medical clearance. I want to make sure that the person that I'm thinking of referring them to is really the right person and accepts this patient. I might choose to do insurance verification. I might choose to do pre-authorization if necessary for this patient's insurance. Really all of those pieces before I can go ahead and make an appointment. And then I might choose to actually go ahead and make an appointment. So once I do that, the patient can be seen. But remember that a referral is really meant to be closed loop, so it's not complete till information is sent back to the referring physician. So I'm going to keep this opportunity record open till the patient's actually been seen, and then once the information has been sent back to the referring physician, we can either have this opportunity record automatically be closed, or I can come in here and close it manually. But really, it's at that point that I fully processed that referral. So that's what referral management looks like. Again, it's leveraging standard leads and opportunities as part of Salesforce. It gives you tremendous capabilities such as queues, such as lead routing, such as lead scoring and opportunity scoring, which help you use the power of AI in the future to really prioritize and really focus on the right referrals. So that's all I have for the demo for referral management. Let's jump back to our slide deck. All right, and I'm going to actually hand it over to Patrick to show us what social determinants looks like.
Thank you, Rohit. So let's dive into social determinants. As a former clinician working in the emergency department, social determinants are near and dear to my heart. With social determinants in Spring 19, Health Cloud enables its users to deliver holistic care and support on one connected platform. Our customers will be able to enhance the member and patient 360 profile by identifying, capturing, and organizing barriers. And then a step further, they'll be able to plan interventions and initiate community referrals using partner solutions. The solution for social determinants includes a new data model, which is defined by 3 objects that serve as compendium objects called care barrier type, care determinant type, and care intervention type, as well as patient-specific objects to store barrier information, determinant information, and the relationship between a barrier and its determinants. Additionally, the Health Cloud team has built a new Lightning component called the Care Determinants component that can be used on the account or case page to capture barriers, determinants, and interventions. Now we're going to transition to a demo and show you what this looks like in Health Cloud. So now we're in Health Cloud, and this is Charles Green's account page. On this page, you can see in the middle of the screen a tab for social determinants, and this section includes the new Care Determinants Lightning component that I mentioned a moment ago. Charles Green already has 2 barriers that have been captured on his profile, and you see those here as barrier cards. And within a card is the barrier in blue, its related social determinants below that as tags such as food and finances, and then a list of interventions which are tasks created by a user to address a particular barrier. Now let's create a new barrier to show you the full workflow. To do that, we look up a barrier, and that lookup looks to the care barrier type object that we referenced earlier. In this case, Charles has a lack of access to transportation. As I create his barrier, I'm able to populate data in the page layout, including the status of the barrier, its priority, its active state, effective to and from dates, and relate it to a case or a survey response, if applicable. In addition, I need to select one or more related social determinants. In this case, I'm going to select transportation and finances. Next, I can save the barrier and create a new barrier card, or I can save the barrier and add interventions. Let's choose the latter. And the next step in the workflow is to create an intervention. The intervention we're going to create is to provision a taxi for Charles, and we can call the subject of this arrange rideshare for Charles. This will become a task that can be assigned to me as the user or to another user within HealthCloud, and I can indicate the status of this task just like I can anywhere else in Salesforce. Then I save that intervention. It shows up on the activity timeline beneath, and then I save the entire barrier card, which now appears on Charles's profile. One more thing I'd like to show you about social determinants is the ability for admins to maintain a compendium of data. So our data model includes a care intervention type BPO, a care determinant type BPO, and a care barrier type BPO. These objects allow admins and organizations to maintain a compendium or library of their barriers, determinants, and interventions, which enables them to standardize their workflows for their users and will later enable analytics and reporting. So that's it for social determinants. I'm going to hand it over to Rohit, who's going to walk you through some additional Spring 19 features for HealthCloud.
Thanks, Patrick. I think it's really useful to construct a full story of the patient and be able to act on that information. So I think this is a super cool feature. So with that, let's jump into other things that are part of the Spring 19 release. One thing that I'm super excited about is what we're calling the HealthCloud app template for patients and members. So some of you might remember the Empower components that we released in prior releases, and that allowed you to use really use out-of-the-box HealthCloud community components as you constructed a patient community. But that was really a mobile responsive page. It wasn't a mobile application. In Spring 19, for the first time, we're making generally available what's called Mobile Publisher for Communities. So please take a look at the video for Community Cloud. And we're leveraging that in Health Cloud, so you can actually now create a mobile application, really seamlessly publish that app to the Apple App Store or Google Play. Again, super exciting for you to easily create a patient mobile application easily and quickly. So that's great. And then you can have really patients engage with you digitally versus really being always on the phone. Another thing that's exciting is that for the first time, we are releasing in Spring 19 what's called Lightning Scheduler for healthcare. And in Lightning Scheduler, think of this as a simplified version of Field Service Lightning that enables you to perform in-person or over the phone or say video visit scheduling right within Health Cloud. It's completely integrated into Health Cloud. So if you have a care coordinator that you want to schedule, or you want to schedule a resource, for example, you can do that now right within Health Cloud. So that's super exciting. Code sets is another one that's been added. So many of you know that as we have implemented the clinical data model, those codes, those procedure codes, the diagnosis codes, and so forth, those are all free text in Health Cloud. Now, for the first time, we have the ability to store those codes as discrete codes. We've enabled new BPOs to store procedure and diagnosis codes. You will still have to purchase content from a third party, such as the American Medical Association or another organization. And what that allows you to do is to reference that data discretely in Health Cloud. So perhaps you are creating a prior authorization request. You need to have discrete codes, procedures, and diagnoses that are stored in those in that request in order for it to be processed correctly. So now with the code sets capability, you can actually store that information discretely right within Health Cloud. And with that, I'm going to turn it back to Patrick to talk about another cool new feature.
Thanks, Rohit. Another new feature in Health Cloud's Spring 19 release is campaigns and journeys integration. Health Cloud can now enable personalized campaigns and journeys at scale through an integration with campaigns and journeys from Marketing Cloud. Using this integration, our customers can segment and enroll patients and members into campaigns and journeys, helping them to understand every touch point in better context. Additionally, distributed marketing will be integrated into Health Cloud, and this functionality could be used, for example, to place patients on a campaign for social determinants or other programs. Another new feature in the Spring 19 release for Health Cloud is enhanced assessments functionality. Now Health Cloud customers will be able to complete an assessment on behalf of a patient or a member, allowing them to capture data during one-on-one visits or one-on-one phone calls with patients and members. Additionally, assessments can now display multiple questions per page and provide the ability to pause and resume. So thank you for joining us for the Spring 19 Health Cloud Release Readiness. It's been a pleasure for Rohit and I to present these new features on behalf of the Health Cloud product, design, and engineering teams, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.